Last word. Well lads, I was up until 1:30 in the morning sorting out the different bits for this video. I'm sleep deprived and heartbroken by my own team. But never fear, it's my birthday on Wednesday, my 18th, so get the party poppers out. Enjoy the episode. Usual to start it off, Dunfermline Athletic. Do you really think I want to spend long talking about this guff? Johnson still isn't gone. Last word, unbelievable. And the one I really didn't want to come across this weekend, Falkirk, and the fact that they won yesterday. Holy Christ. Ray McKinnon will be laughing at me right now, eh? That result yesterday is 100% embarrassing for us, but we had to give Falkirk the big day out in Fife. We lost the game, but we gave folk a good day out, so, I mean, that's the reason why we gave them the win yesterday, just a wee consolation prize for their shite season. Last word, excuses. We're just bang average, eh? Full credit to Aberdeen, what a difference 2 weeks has made to them. Beat Rangers in the semi-final at Hampden, beat Kilmarnock after being 1-0 down away from home, and then beat Hibs 1-0 at home just there at the weekend. On Friday night to be exact. And all of a sudden, they're back in the top 6, and their opponents for the other night, Hibs, are out of it. Hats off to the Dons, it has to be said. Last word, turn around. Moving on to Heart of Midlothian. The injuries to their squad's really starting to mount up for them now, eh? That's now 4 games without a goal, and they were obviously knocked out of the Betfred Cup just recently, and at the time of recording this video they're still sitting top of the league, but you'd imagine Celtic will get something for Livingston, the game that they're playing today, and by the time this video is up they'll have played it and this point will be kind of null and void. So there you have it, full time and Celtic are back top of the league. I told you so. But Hearts are really struggling at the moment, especially, as I said, with the amount of injuries that has occurred with their squad in recent weeks. I mean, a few weeks ago in this show I asked them to mix it up when they were winning all the time, so I suppose they've given me what I asked for. But back to the amount of goals that they've scored in the last 4 games. Last word, barren. Hearts' opponents yesterday and the team that got the 3 points at Tynecastle, Kilmarnock. It's 2018 and ex-Dunfermline and Queen's Park defender Ross Millen has scored the winner at Tynecastle for Kilmarnock. I often use the phrase mental and crazy in football, but that is just spectacularly bizarre. Last word, honestly, there are none. Moving on to the English Championship, and more specifically, Aston Villa. They went and played Derby County yesterday, and remember that Derby County before this game were 6 games unbeaten, and Aston Villa destroyed that record within 11 minutes at Pride Park. Ex-Hibs man John McGinn was on the score sheet, and the Villains, I've always hated that nickname if I'm honest. They got the 3 points. Last word, Hibs fans if you're watching, and probably Scottish football fans, you'll probably get this more than anyone else. Super, because you know, Super John McGinn. Newsflash people, Dundee United are back. Robbie Neilson, since coming into Tannadice, has turned them right around. This is the first time since they've been down in this league that I've genuinely looked at them and thought genuine title contenders. With that 1-0 win up at Ross County yesterday, you can only give them even more title credentials after that. Last word, it seems like they're finally living up to their real nickname, Terror. I hope that one made sense. Basically, they're making every team shite themselves. Moving on to a game in the English Premier League, Newcastle versus Bournemouth. I've got to say, Newcastle have looked really good recently. Obviously in the last 2 games they've picked up 2 wins. So for Newcastle, it's back-to-back wins, but for their opponents yesterday, Bournemouth, that's now back-to-back losses. It swings and roundabouts, this football malarkey, eh? Last word, consecutive. It's the game that I covered in midweek and Punt It Long, Dundee v St Mirren, that shitfest down the bottom half of the Premiership. It served us up a 1-1 draw, so really, we're no further in realising what these teams are actually all about. They're basically just as bad as each other. Last word, equals. St Johnstone are on fire, man. 5 straight wins and, again, at the time of recording this video, they sit 4th in the Premiership. Regardless of any results today, mainly Rangers won when you're talking about St Johnstone, they're going to be sitting in the top 6. Which for St Johnstone, that's really good going. Tommy Wright always seems to get that squad going, despite the fact that St Johnstone, I mean, they just sound like a pretty average club, but they're doing the business up in the top league, so I can't criticise. Last word, this basically describes every single Premiership season for the Saints so far. Consistency. Mine last week when Peterhead overtook Edinburgh City at the top of League 2, and I said, how long would that last? Well, it lasted a week. Peterhead lost to Queen's Park, and Edinburgh City beat Albion Rovers. So we're back to familiar surroundings up at the top of League 2 once again. I already know of someone in the comments who won't be happy with that result. You know who you are, mate. Last word, normality. Alloa went and won another game yesterday, and if we, Dunfermline that is, don't watch our backs, then they could end up overtaking us at some point. They've sent newly relegated Partick Thistle down into the Championship relegation playoff place with that victory against Morton yesterday. They're just a really good unit as a team, and Jim Goodwin is probably the next big thing in Scottish management. Last word, pretty much what Alloa have been so far this season, and with my prediction at the start of the season where I said they might be like Brechin, well, this goes for me as well. Underestimated. I've got to say, this one was a late addition due to a request for someone, but East Fife have won once again. They went on a wee sticky patch for a wee bit there, but what a way to turn it round with a 90th minute winner against East Fife in the Fife Derby. They're my favourite types of goals to go in at a football game, albeit my team don't do it anywhere near enough. But 90th minute winners, you can't beat them. That victory for East Fife over Raith Rovers was the first time in 30 years that they've done that, and it probably makes them the most enjoyable team to watch in Fife at the moment. Sigh. Last word, historic. Finishing off this week with the man, the myth, the legend, Dick Campbell. Him and Hazard both sides are currently sitting 10 points clear at the top of League 1. They're absolutely coasting it, and you've got to feel a bit of love for the old guy doing the business and making management look piss easy. Last word, cruising. And that's it for this video, guys. Cheers for watching. If you did enjoy, please give it a like. Comment down below what you thought of any of the things I've said, and if you have a last word for any of the specific points. I'm assuming Dunfermline fans will have the bit to say about the Dunfermline side of it and what the last word for that will be. And of course, you know by now, topic of your choice comes out tomorrow, so you can go and get involved in the Twitter poll on my Twitter right now. My Twitter is @1885ben, and the Twitter poll will be one of my latest tweets at least. But I go and get involved in that, and that video will be out at 7 PM tomorrow. But until that video, I'll see you then. Cheers, guys.